write my fiction for the evening news. The facts don't make the story. It's what my bosses choose. Did you ever think the truth would lose? Read my scripted views. Need an idea advanced? Got an army to treat cruel? Don't worry, baby. I'll fix your sinner soon. Just point me to the highest bidder. Turn us on and watch me. Lying in the morning, lying next to noon. You're trained to hear the TV, accepted all as true. We know you love our twisted views. Watch our fiction news. Station after station, when the night hour is near, the lights go up, the actors appear. Different theme songs ring, the same in your ears. It's time for scripted view.
She'll kill you if you second guess. Need more scripted views.
believe our twisted views. Watch our fiction anew. Go back to sleep. Pretend we didn't talk. You breathe a word, I'll outline you in chalk. You have no idea how much we hate you. Leave me, don't stalk. Said I'll see you in the next scripted news.
Good morning. That's Seth Daniels with Fake News. Composed by Seth Daniels, original music. Welcome everybody to the Porthole to Justice. This is Amelia Duran, your host. It's June 4th, 2018. And I have been researching on where are some of these children. If you have been listening into the show, I had Kathleen Arthur on the show as a guest, Kathleen Arthur in Washington, D.C. She is currently trying to get outside investigations going on locating these children. And last night I was able to find a video, and I'm going to go ahead and play that. But I first about where some of these children are being housed, which is at a old Walmart in Texas. But I'll get into that. First, I just want to point out, we see the mainstream media really trying to control the narrative here, and it's not working. And I don't know if everybody recalls, but I think it was last week before this really broke, it was around May 29th, some journalists, Obama's former speechwriter, and other public figures all quietly deleted their misplaced horror at images of caged children, migrant children in the U.S. When they found out these pictures were taken under the Obama presidency, they all kind of quietly just removed them, and the story went away. So I find that suspect. What I'm going to play now is a YouTube video, and it's, inquiring. And I think we're all going to have to start getting more active, more involved, and mobilizing and coming together, because it for all accounts, government is not getting, they're actually defending these activities, is what it looks like. And they've arrested 2 men down in Tucson, Arizona, that are at the camp where children and women were removed. And there were 2 men that were arrested, volunteers there. And you can go back and listen to my previous shows. But I'm going to go ahead and play this video. And it's regarding the 1,000 children that are being held in an old Walmart facility in Texas. Well, I have so many questions. Is this the only one? And not even the parents seem to know where these children are. So go ahead and listen to this video, and I will be back.
Important update. I have made 2 videos on my channel regarding the safety of the children and how that is really concerning me at the moment. We know there's child trafficking rings and all sorts of things that are going on out there, but this new policy of taking immigrant children away from their parents if they cross the border illegally is concerning me quite a lot. Just have a quick listen to this report.
Senator Jeff Merkley, a Democrat from Oregon, on Sunday shared a video showing him being barred from entering an immigration detention facility in Texas. Merkley said in a Facebook post, quote, "I'm going to try to enter a facility in Brownsville, Texas, run by the Office of Refugee Resettlement. I am told that this former Walmart may currently be housing hundreds of refugee children who have been separated from their parents." Merkley posted a video of his attempt to enter the facility, where he is seen asking for a tour of the facility that he said his team set up last week.
Now,
clearly there's
2 concerning things. One, they wouldn't allow a senator, whether it's Democrat or Republican, it doesn't matter. They wouldn't allow a senator even into the facility, or even to find out any information about the facility or what's going on inside of it. The second is it's a Walmart. It's a closed Walmart. And we did reports on Walmart's closing and the Sam's stores closing, how many hundreds of them closed across the country. What is going on? We know, or we think, that those facilities are going to be used in the future to house people that are displaced in the event of a, air quotes, natural disaster. But at the same time, how many of these facilities are holding children? In that one facility in Texas, there's over 1,000 kids there, apparently, according to the reports. Over 1,000 children, and no one knows what's going on with them, not even their parents. You guys, I really need you to find out what's going on. Like, find out what's going on. This is happening in your country, and even a senator can't gain access. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. There needs to be answers demanded. The public needs to be fully aware of this policy and how it affects people. Even if you're against immigration, you can't be against children being separated from their parents, not if you're a parent yourself. Guys, I think the time of just sitting back and watching is quickly coming to an end. We need to make our voices heard in a better fashion than what we're doing right now. Sitting back and watching a video is not good enough anymore. It's not good enough anymore. There's things in the Bible that we know that are going to come true. And because of that, I think we're complacent in the sense that we just sit back and allow it to happen because, you know, it's God's word and this is exactly how it's supposed to go down. But I don't think that we're supposed to just sit back and let it and watch it happen. You know, if it's God's word and it's going to happen anyway, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't fight for what's right. In the meantime, we're giving up our morals and our standards. And it really, obviously you can tell that this one really does get to me quite a bit because, I mean, children are the innocence of the world. They're what's pure and what's good about the world, you know? And it's being corrupted every single day through the media, television, music and whatnot. And that's one side. But, you know, at least you still have your parents around to, you know, offer a good influence if they're going to offer a good influence or whatever. But in this situation, you're being completely separated from everything you know and put into a facility where no one knows what's going on. And it's shady. It's so shady. You guys, please get active. Get on the phone to your congressman or to your senator. Go down to their offices. If you live near one of these facilities where you are hearing reports that they may be housing children there, go there. You know, organize some sort of gathering people demanding answers, hold up signs, shout chants, whatever, just find out what's going on. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and God bless.
Okay.
So, as you know, Guatemala's volcano erupted yesterday.
So, that's regarding the children. And as you know, myself and Kathleen Arthur have filed for an outside investigation in Washington, D.C., where these children are at, where we are demanding answers, accountability, and transparency. I do have an update from VOP Alpha Co. At the campsite, the child trafficking campsite, that was 6 hours ago. So I'm going to go ahead and see what that is about. I just woke up and I saw that I received this.
Intelligence is coming from D.C. somewhere, and I won't say where. I will let you listen to this phone call. And in the phone call, there is a claim that we are being told the reason why all this is happening is we're right on the border of the TL, the reservation, and the reservation is right now shielding a very big, prominent Mexican cartel member. And now they can't move him. And if we keep raising all kind of fuss, they might end up having to kill him, the cartels, but the TO reservation is assisting and shielding them. And this is coming now. I asked him, can I go out and say exactly what? Because I record this shit, you know what I mean? And I took everything they said with a grain of salt. Called one of our reps. She came out and saw the place. Came all the way down from Phoenix. I ain't got no local ones down here that I've seen that's come out. In fact, the only local.
Okay, so I'm sorry about that. I think Ryan Swindell is trying to contact me. He's there in Arizona. Okay, let me see if I can go back. It interrupted the transmission. Uh-oh. I hope I can pull this back up. Because we need this information so we know how to proceed, because it's going to escalate to the point to where it's already escalated to the point to where I think everybody needs to get involved, get on the phone, contact your Congress members. Our children are our most precious resource, and this has been going on for far too long. These are crimes against humanity. It's not a political issue.
And we're going to stand watch over the property till TPD, and we're going to stand watch with TPD over the property. And if you go after them, you've got all of us coming after you. And they're going to get that cadaver dog out there in the morning. And then when they dismantle those camps, Captain Schrader says he's going to notify CIMEX that he is bringing me with him to see those camps dismantled. It is sick shit. And they're trying everything they can to hide it. And if you want me looking left and you're willing to throw a pit boss that's on a reservation up here that the TO is doing, and you offer no intelligence but a phone call, well, guess what? I'm prepared for that too. We got plenty of people. We'll keep our eye on him. But until we check every square inch and make sure you don't have an underground network of sex trafficking related to children or women, you're not going to get us off our tail, because that pit boss has got nowhere to go. Once again, we're 3 steps ahead of you. All right? Because the border teams, knowing this, they get to listen to my phone calls too. Well, guess what? It's a feeding frenzy down there, because now they're going to build an even tighter wall. Oh, there's a really big guy. And at the end of the day, what they're saying is true. And this big old cartel guy that's being shielded over here, okay, if he gets killed and they're going to lose all this intelligence because he knows all this stuff, and he's probably going to get killed. Well, if he gets killed, good. That's cool in the herd. And you know what? We didn't have to do it. Even better. Kill them. Not my problem. We want to find the children. We don't want all this noise in the left and all these distractions coming from D.C. I don't know who to trust, but I trust Captain Schrader, who's back in town and who's out here doing exactly what we needed to get done, and who started to doing it. And you know what? He's back. I'm not going to talk about anyone else in the ranks of the Tucson Police Department, but I can tell you VOP and Team 1 still has our relationship, and we got their back. And we're not going to leave them unguarded. If you want to come out tonight and see that they got just one unit, they're so short-staffed, and we've done kicked and stirred a hornet's nest with some dangerous people, but they don't realize that we're more dangerous than they are because they've been raping our kids. They're our kids. They're our kids. They're the world's kids. It doesn't matter where they come from. If they're raping and torturing Mexican children on the border and up here in Tucson, it doesn't matter if it's Mexican, white, black, everywhere, somewhere. These perverts, these pedophiles, these little satanic, little nasty demons that are out there. I want to tell you something. The only way to get to them is expose them. And that's what we're doing. And when you see it being exposed and you see all this other nonsense distracting you, I don't care about your pit boss if you're paying attention, DC. But we're going to go ahead and keep our eye on it. And I'm bringing my drones out here, and we're going to go see what we can find out. And you asked me to raise hell. So everyone that's in the TO right now, and I've met over 80 of you. Apparently, the federal government, if you want to meet me tomorrow, I'll be standing watch over that sex camp right on the edge, public property where there's a big hole in the fence. Well, guess what? You got to go through that fence to get to me. And if we see the people coming in tonight and you try to come in tonight and remove any more evidence, there's already a PD unit out there. All right? So we're in a good position. But if you're on a TO reservation, I want you to come over to Quick Mart over here, Quick Trip, and I want you to come listen to some phone calls recorded on my phone so you can hear it for yourself. And I want you to go to your tribal council, and I want you to raise holy hell. Wait a minute. One of these guys that profits off these coyotes that are raping these kids and these little special secret camps where people can go out, they got a lot of money, and they can go to a little secret underground chamber and do all kinds of sick shit with children. Okay. All right. What are you going to do about it? He's on your reservation. You're a sovereign nation. If you ask for my aid and there's enough of you, I will march across there with our team and we will go see the son of a bitch, but find out if he's there. Because I don't have time. That's your backyard. Okay? I'm in my backyard. So I'm asking the TO reservation, you're out here, come over here to Quick Trip right now. Because I'm not going to keep playing these calls over and over. What I will do is, when I get one of my teammates here, we'll go to, I got names. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that because I did give agreement I wouldn't release names. But if we find out they're full of shit, that agreement's null and void. So there better be a pit boss there. And I don't care if it's first, second, third, fourth, 10th fucking party intel, whatever the hell. I don't give a shit. But we're focusing on children, and now you're giving me a pit boss like I'm going to go take that bait. But there better be one because I've got the recorded phone calls, and it just shows once again, if we're being lied to, how desperate they are to get us out of here. We're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. And you know what? Captain Schrader's not going to allow them to arrest me, even though I was trespassing, because there's evidence down there and a job needed to get done. So you know what? They ain't got the manpower, but they're going to do it anyways. They're putting 2 of their guys. So look, guys, I want you to come down here and help me not only watch over, make sure they can't destroy any evidence overnight, but I want you to help me watch over these 2 officers that are in that car in a bad spot. They're in a bad spot because, they have no backup, and that's the end of the day. But if anyone, the bad guys watching this think that they can run, if the bad guys watching this think that they're alone, no, they're not, because we're not going to leave them alone. We're resuming operations. We're on operations right now. And when that dawn line cracks, I haven't heard a lot of cars going down honking. I don't know where everybody is. If they say there's a lot of people down on the border, well, I'll tell you right now I got my team and I know 2 new people that came up. And I'm not going to show you the individual I'm in a car with, but, I have individuals who've done time for assisting traffickers and coyotes. And they're on my team. We're building our own task force. We're going to go after them.
Okay, so that's from the VOP Alpha Co. That's an update out of the Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force NWO Freedom Fighters blog spot on Facebook. It's so disturbing, and I can just really see I can already sort of see the likes of David Hogg staging protests and other distractions from this issue. There is no other important issue than this right now, folks. There is nothing else more important. This is not a political issue, and I'm doing my very best to bring live information as it's coming into me, and I'm vetting it to you from people that are there at the location. And it's not a political issue. We've got now this, which is trying to control the narrative always and putting false staged information out there that is irrelevant to what's really going on in our world. And we're going to have to start really getting proactive and involved. Folks, go back and listen to my podcast with Kathleen Arthur. She talks about how we can all get involved and demanding transparency for where these children are. And what we're asking right now is that we're demanding that the government do their job, and that's not happening right now. We have these volunteers, VOP Alpha Co team, and other human trafficking task force that are down there where this camp is, and we the people, the fourth branch of government, we want accountability. And we want transparency, and we want this brought to light. The mainstream media should be reporting on this. I'm not seeing this happen. Stay tuned. I'm going to be continuing to broadcast updated information as it comes in. Thank you for tuning into the Portal to Justice. You can subscribe to my show on Spreaker.com. It's free. You can join the live chat, and you can get updates of when I go live. All right, stay tuned.